Hello there, and welcome back to the Budget Journey. If you've been with me before, if not, welcome. The Budget Journey, for those of you who don't know, is just an ordinary lady's journey into managing finance, taking hold of some credit card debt, examining my relationship really with money, looking at why I spend what I spend it on, and just I suppose taking back the reins. I've never had a great relationship with money. Now it's time to change that. So just as an update, I haven't posted for 2 weeks, and that's because I've had some unexpected things happening. Some of those have been about money, and some of those have been, other things, and I'll talk through those and tell you why I think they're important in the journey. So the first thing that happened was the car broke down, and I had some car expenses. So I had three expenses. The fact that I've needed to use more fuel than I would have done ordinarily to make an extra journey because of it. I had a call out fee to pay, which was an excess. It wasn't very much, but it was still an expense. And I've had to have a new battery. So all of those things really amounted to a spending of an extra £200 out of the budget, which I didn't expect. The other thing that's happened is I've had my tax bill, which was bigger than I expected. I did expect the tax bill. I didn't expect it to be quite as bad. I've had to pay what's called on account. For those of you who pay your taxes, you'll know what that is, which means I've had to pay over and above what I owed, really. So all of that has impacted on my, I suppose, kickstarting my journey. So I've not been able to pay anything yet off my credit cards, but I still have my plan, and I am determined. The other thing that's happened is we've had a family bereavement, and so that has impacted emotionally. I think the first thing I wanted to do was go buy coffee, because coffee's my thing. So I did that, and I need to talk about that. I think the important thing is, in this particular video, is talking about the importance of having contingency plans and being flexible. So if you do get things that come up that you haven't expected and you haven't planned for, allow yourself, be kind to yourself, allow yourself to just have a month where you don't pay anything off, a month where you pay less off, because sometimes we need to give ourselves that grace. And if things happen to you that impact on you emotionally, then remember that it is okay to do things and like go and have your coffee. I don't know what your thing is. My thing for me, for my well-being, is I like to go out either with friends or on my own and sit and have coffee somewhere. Sunday, I went out and I had coffee and ice cream at the beach. Was what I needed to do. So my coffee budget has been eaten into, and other bits and pieces of budgets have been eaten into, because I've done different things than I expected, because of all the things that have happened that we didn't plan for. So the message is, just be very kind to yourselves, be flexible. But I wanted to talk about this idea of the coffee budget, because a lot of the big, the popular people who talk about money will say there shouldn't be a coffee budget when you're paying off debt. What you should do is put every single spare penny into paying off your debt if you've got credit card debt. And to some extent I agree with that, and I see where that comes from, because we have got to think about paying off the debt and not paying the interest. However, I believe you can't do that at the expense of your well-being. So if you enjoy, like I do, going out for coffee, then going out for coffee should be what you're doing. What I did with my coffee budget is I reduced it. So I allow myself I allow myself £10 a week. What you do is up to you. You know, you have to look at your own finances and think about what works best for you. With £10 a week, I don't always buy coffee. I don't always spend that money. And on a week where I don't spend that money, what I do is I keep that £10 for the following week. And the following week, I might go out for lunch with friends and spend, you know, £15 or something. I might save that up till the end of the month and, you know, go out 2 or 3 times. It just depends. What I don't do is keep that for the following month. So if I haven't spent any of my coffee money in the month, then that would go towards paying off some extra payments on my credit cards. So I think that's really important to remember. But this month, the coffee budget has been used. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the way I have started working on this budget journey. And one of the things I started to do was work with cash and have cash envelopes. So my envelopes look a bit like this. I don't know if you can see. That's for my fuel budget, and I put so much a week into the fuel budget. Now, that's not really worked very well for me for a number of reasons. The fuel budget and the food budget I've struggled with a little bit with cash, and that's because of contingencies. So I spent more money this week on food for personal reasons, and that was unavoidable. And I've spent more money on fuel, and will probably do so in the next few weeks, in terms of, you know, as against what I had planned to spend. A couple of things I'm thinking of doing is apparently I can get not a credit card, but it's like a card for which I would use to pay for things, and I would get cash back or money off my energy bills, which I'm going to look into, which is really good. And the other thing is, where I work, we have got an employee assistance program and a compensation and benefits program, and part of that is we can purchase vouchers, e-vouchers for various stores. And I have discovered that I can purchase a voucher. I've got a number of different stores I can choose from. So I buy the voucher, and I get a percentage off what I've bought. So let's say I buy a voucher which is worth £50. I would only pay £45 for it or something. So when I get to store, I've got £50 worth of voucher, and I only paid 45. It's that kind of thing. So I want to start thinking about using those things. A good friend of mine said, you need to look at how to make money work for you. And for me, those two things this week are going to be something I'm going to explore. So I am going to purchase an e-voucher for my groceries, and I'm going to shop for the month. And I'm also going to order my meat, as I do. I've ordered my meat online for a while now, and that really works well for me. And I'm going to have a look at getting this card that will help me to get money off my fuel bills, and I'll probably purchase my fuel, like my gas for my car with that, and other things. I think I'll still take a cash coffee budget. That worked really well. The other thing that worked really well was I had my hair cut this week, and I had saved up. So I had saved up in my hair and beauty budget the cash to actually pay for that. And I think my hairdresser appreciated that. She said, cash is king. So that was really nice. So I think I'll continue to do that, to draw that money every week and pop that in an envelope and have that ready for when I go for my next haircut. I decided I wasn't going to get a colour. I used to get it highly coloured, and I love that. But part of my budget plan is to not spend as much on hair colour, because it's a saving I can make, really, and I can start paying those cards down. Plan for next week is to try this new cash card and the e-vouchers, and to readdress what I actually draw out of the bank to spend, and to reevaluate my budget in light of what's happened that was unexpected in the last couple of weeks. So that's me done for now in terms of talking about the budget journey. I'd be interested to know what you think. I'd be interested to know what your journey is like, what you're finding. Are you finding cash envelopes good? Are you finding other ways of saving money? Are you managing to pay debt off? If you are, if you're not, drop a comment. That would be really great. I'd love to see how other people are managing. That'd be really good. So for now, I'll say goodbye. Have a great week, everybody, and I'll speak to you all soon.